It is a beautiful day. This is our daylight again, and I'm sitting in front of my studio. I've already been out into the forest this morning and out on skis this evening, but I've got a warm coffee and I'm just sitting here going to update a little bit about some of my projects that I'm working on. And I got a really exciting little something from Christmas in the post, which really cheered me up. And I want to answer a question from my last video, so I'm going to start with that. So first of all, I had a question about this sweater that I was wearing in one of the last updates, and I had on my pajamas under it, so that was a little bit funny. But anyway, so this is a sweater that I knit during Christmas. It is a Michelle Wong pattern that Brooklyn Tweed put out, and it's the Bedford, I think Bedford sweater. It's highly textured. Absolutely fell in love with this sweater. The problem for me was the neckline. So this is not the neckline in the pattern. I still don't understand how to do the neckline. It's very well explained. I don't think it's the pattern. I just think it's my technical skills, which I'm gonna have to up if I want to, because I would definitely knit this sweater again. But what I'm going to do is, the problem with it now is I'm wearing it, of course, and this is wrong side out. But the problem with it now is that the way that I finished it, because I just needed to finish it. It was just a headache in the end. But the way I finished it was I just went right up and did a regular decrease, and so the neckline is the same on both sides. And although as I wear it, the neckline begins to, to show a definite front and back. But what I realized just suddenly was that I'm going to rip this back, and in the back of it I'm going to add short rows, which just didn't dawn on me until recently. I knit this out of Madeline Tosh Vintage in the Stovepipe colorway. I just absolutely love it. I modified it by, really the sleeves should be reversed stockinette, I think it's called, but I just do not like the way increases and decreases are shown in the reverse stockinette. So I went ahead and did my sleeves in stockinette so that it's nice and smooth and the decreases are under and it doesn't bother anything. So I highly recommend this pattern. It's the Bedford, and when you see it in the pattern, it has a lot of ease built into it, but I didn't have enough yarn, so mine is negative ease. This is the small medium size, and it really fits me. So that's the Bedford pullover. You can find it in Brooklyn Tweed, but it's a Michelle Wang design. So just quickly, because my videos will not be long, after my cardigan I cast on a hat. Now this is a modified version of the Tread hat by So Very Shannon. I bought the pattern out of respect, but wanted it to match her timber cardigan. So I took all of the maths out of the hat, and I used this little motif like the pocket, but the brim is different, which matches the cardigan, and then the upper part will match the cardigan. So excited to have this hat. I cast it on Friday night after school, and I've come a long way. The other thing that I'm working on is my match and move. Where everybody else is doing Find Your Fade, I'm doing Match and Move by Martina Bem in colors that are from Plucky Bellow, and yeah, this is my fade. So if it's orange, yellow, green, gray, then this is my fade. So maybe I'll knit that shawl one day, because I think the design is lovely, but right now this is all I can do, and I can't stop, and I have paperwork to do and schoolwork to do, and I'm so distracted by it. Okay, so I am also a sock knitter. I love to knit socks, but I have like ADHD when it comes to socks, so I knit on them a while and then I stop and I knit on them a while. And I'm also making a scrappy socks. This is my second one. And this is just lots and lots and lots of scrap Regia. Yeah, Regia. And I just bought loads of their colorways. Many, 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 many colorways. And I just did scrappy socks. Absolutely love it. The other thing I'm working on is, as I told you, a yellow Cosmo design, a shawl, which is called Early in June, I think. Something about June, if you look it up on Ravelry. But this is knit out of the Wool Barn yarn. I don't have the tag with me. I'll be hopeless with that sort of thing, but you can always ask me and I'll help you. But this is the second time I've knit this design, and it's a 4-row repeat. I don't have to think about it, and I haven't come very far because I'm really, really excited about my match and move shawl, but that's okay. So what I really want to share today is what's next after my cardigan, and it's in this book, this Norwegian book. It's called Kofteboken 2. And I am going to be knitting. I'm so excited. I'm going to be knitting this design. It is called the Rosa Kofta, which means rose cardigan. It's knit out of one of those sticky yarns that you need to use to do Fair Isle and steeking and all of that sort of thing. I'm not afraid of that at all. I learned it from a Norwegian. This is the next, and I'm doing it in exactly that color. So I'm so excited. I'm going to get my yarn this week. I'm going to cast on. Now, I've had to work out, because you begin with the arm, how to decrease when you're doing a pattern around, but I think I've figured it out. I won't explain that today, but I'll explain it next Sunday, because I think by next Sunday I will have a start. This is a busy week for me at school. Someone asked me, what do I teach? I teach first grade. I'm a first grade teacher. I've been a first grade teacher for more than 30 years. And although I am an expat in Norway, and I'm from Dallas, Texas, that area, I've lived outside of America longer than I've lived in. So, yeah. I had such a surprise in my post box. And this is from a new yarn indie dyer that I've never tried before. And besides browns, greens, and all of that, I do love pops of turquoise, as you know from my Vigente shawl that I knit. But this is from a dye company called Spun Right Round. It's called Dream Catcher. So I ordered this as part of my Christmas, and it's orange, turquoise, and of course gray. So me. From Norway, I wish you the best week knitting, and get outside as often as you can, and have a great week.